Robbo, thank you for joining me. Now, we've got a little bit of time to sit and reflect on the previous few results, and I wanted to start with AFC Wimbledon at the weekend. A hard-fought 2-1 victory. How did you see that one?
I thought we started really well. Obviously got our early goal. Nice set piece stuff. We were working really hard over the past few weeks. We see ourselves as a big threat from set pieces, so it's nice to see that coming through on game day. Yeah. I thought from then on the game kind of difficult. They're a good side. They've done really well this year. But I thought we battled well in tough conditions, and then as the longer the game went on, the stronger we got. And I thought we were probably unlucky not to win by a few more in the end.
Abby stated after the game how pleased she was by the fact the team could show they could play expansive football, but also, like you said, battle at times. Something which I think has benefited us a lot this season, as we picked up results against teams at the top and bottom of this league. Something you must be pleased with.
We're used to winning football matches. We come obviously last year won a lot of football matches, and I think we've had to find a different side to ourselves this year. We've won well, and we've also won ugly, which is a good quality to have, and one we would like to see going forward as well when things don't quite go our way.
And you spoke about the set pieces as well. How important is the physicality aspect that we have in this team at the moment in winning those battles at set pieces?
Yeah, we've got a nice balance. We do, like Abby said, we do play some really good expansive football, and we can mix it. And sometimes in those really tight games, and that will be the same going forward through to the end of the season, sometimes in those tight games, set pieces are the difference. And if you can be really good in your details at set pieces, both in your box and in the opposition's box, they can make the big difference in terms of points on the board.
And that's also a win against a side that, like us, came up from Tier 4 to Tier 3 last year. You could say we're sort of similar teams, so I think it's almost a good point of our progression to show that we can beat teams like that.
Yeah, I think it shows a lot where we've come from. I mean, we went there early in the season, away from home against Wimbledon, and we got beat there and beat Clare comprehensively. We weren't very good on the day, but I think it shows how far we've come since then. That we were able to take the game to Wimbledon and show our strength and how far we've come since we last played them.
Momentum-wise, obviously we're in a bit of a break between games at the moment as well. I mean, we've only played 5 games so far in 2025. Does that make it almost a bit difficult to build up a bit of momentum?
I think it can. We don't look at it that way. I think we look at it gives us more opportunity to have contact time with the players, to work on stuff that we need to work on individually and as a team. So we'll always look at that as a positive for us to have more time with the players to work on the stuff that we can implement in those remaining games, which are going to be big, tough games.
And that game against Wimbledon also marked 2 significant anniversaries for Jess Sandland, her 100th game, for Amber Pollock, her 50th game. Just wanted to touch on Amber first. When she joined the club, she was more maybe a flying winger, used to playing higher up the pitch. We almost converted her into more of a wing back. How pleased are you, maybe her progression since she joined from Argyle?
She's been fantastic. She's been a breath of fresh air, to be honest. She's been one of those players that is willing to learn, works really hard, has all the physical attributes that you could ever wish for in a player. But she's really learnt the position, because it's not, like you said, it's not a position that's come naturally to her. She's developed her game defensively. We always knew she had the attacking threat that she shows week in, week out, but defensively she's shown a different side to her that we maybe didn't know we had at the start of the year. So really happy with Amber, and she's got a lot of learning still to do, so we'll keep working with her. And just really happy with how the season Amber's having, yeah.
And obviously Jess as well. I think she's a player that some people forget how young she is. She's been around the team for almost 4 years now, and she's had maybe a bit of a difficult season with injury, but has recently come back into the team and really shown her quality again.
Yeah, Jess is one of those that is a prime example of what a player can do in this area. She's come right through from 16, coming into the first team as very much a squad player. She played a massive part in our season last season when we won the title, and this season's been difficult for her. She's been in and out of the team. She's had really good contributions, and she's maybe had some frustrating moments this year. But Jess is a superb squad player to have. She's a superb member of this team, and she is highly valued within our squad.
And like you said, I think Jess, and there's a few other players as well that really highlight the progression a player can make from the GDC right into the first team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're looking for more Jesses. We're working really hard on that side of it to try and identify those talented players at the younger ages that can make the step that those younger players have had, whether it be Jess or the next one. We're really excited by some of the players that we've seen in the younger age groups, and we just hope their development continues and that we maybe see them in the first team in the next couple of years.
And now Jess's return, alongside the signing of Beth and the earlier signings of Fern and Maya, they've almost bolstered the team quite a bit. It's quite a strong bench going on at the moment. Are you seeing that out on the training ground, a bit more of a competition for places, a bit more hunger out there?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of an edge. There's a bit of an edge in training now where players maybe, not that they were comfortable, but there's certainly a competition for places for a match day. I think training is competitive as it always is, but those additions have only made it more so. Fern and Maya have obviously come from really high pedigree and are looking to learn maybe the senior side of football, and have been really good additions. And obviously the addition of Beth gives us a different string that we maybe didn't have with her physical attributes and her pace. So yeah, we're really excited to see how all three of their seasons finish, and I'm sure they'll be strong ones. Yeah.
And also seen it just not at the attacking end of the pitch, but also in goal. Liv played at the weekend, and that's almost added another area of competition that you didn't have last season too. Yeah,
Liv's gone on leaps and bounds this year. She's really developed into a really good goalkeeper, and we knew that we had Abby, and Abby's been brilliant for us for the last few years, and we've also got Liv now, and there's a really healthy competition for that shirt. It's one that I think they both enjoy. They both get on well, which helps as well. So I don't think there's any animosity between them. But we've got two really good goalkeepers in our squad. So yeah, we're really happy with how that's looking at the moment.
Like we said earlier, there's a bit of a fortnight break between games at the moment. Can you just tell us a little bit about what the training schedule looks like in these periods without games for the players?
Yeah, we'll keep it as normal as possible. We like the players to have a routine, a pattern that we don't like to break from unless we feel we need to. But we started our preparation for our next game, which is Oxford away next Sunday. We started that on Tuesday. We'll build on that tonight in training, and then we'll carry on into next week and look to really be as prepared as possible for what is going to prove to be a really tough game against Oxford. Yeah.
And we saw earlier this season, Oxford are probably one of the most tough teams in this league, but we're heading away to them with probably a bigger, bolstered squad compared to when we played them at St James Park, and it's a clash that you must be really looking forward to.
Yeah, we are looking forward to it. We feel that the game at home against Oxford, where we were beaten by them, we didn't feel the scoreline maybe reflected the game, but we did get beat. We don't like getting beat, so we feel we maybe owe them one, and we'll be ready for them when the game comes around.
And obviously, I know all focus will be on Oxford, but there is that Plymouth Argyle game at Coach Road on the horizon. And it'll be great to see as many fans down at Coach Road for the Devon Derby as we look to try and make it a hat-trick of wins against the Pilgrims this season.
Yeah, Plymouth, it'll always be a tough test against them. Nice physical battle, night game under the lights, which we always enjoy, and I'm sure they do too. So we would always encourage our fans to come down and support us, get behind the girls, and hopefully we can bring you a performance and a result. So yeah, looking forward to the Plymouth games, definitely, yeah.